everybody, this is TwigTwigs right here. Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time since you heard from me. I was kind of busy with school, a lot of assignments and stuff. Yeah, so this video will be about the long-awaited equipment review on the semi-funded Phantom. For those of you who have watched my previous videos, I did say that I will put up a semi-funded Phantom equipment review. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do today. So yeah, stay tuned to watch out. I will be explaining to you in addition my opinions. Yeah, it's based on my own opinion. The logic behind the equipments that I've chosen, and the kind of things that you should look out for when you want to fund your Phantom. So let's go right ahead. So I'll be starting things from the least important come to the most important. Let's start things off with the Android. I have the Empress Aria. I have the HUD. This HUD is scrolled with a black scroll, so it's at 43 watt. Now for the potential wise, I didn't really put in much effort in trying to up its tier because, to be honest, I felt that it was really it's not really very efficient. From epic to legendary, all this, there is only a minimal increase in the percentage wise in the stats. The reason being is because for the Eternal Heart of Aria, the rank is only rank 1, so there's a very small limit to how much you can get for the potential. So that's why I just chose to leave it at epic. Time to time I will just cube it, see if I can get a 3-liner, but no luck. Yep. Next up will be the set effects for the boss accessory set. I have my pink Holy Grail. I would consider this like quite decent. There's quite plenty of war and all stat, as well as they give luck. Next will be the Crystal Ventus badge. I had compared this with the other one that I would consider will be quite good, which is the Hospital Director badge, but ultimately the set effect is what pays off the most, which is why I've chosen the Crystal Ventus badge. I have additional war in this as well and luck, so why not? Next up, another part of the boss accessory set is the Aqua Letter Eye decoration. Now most people think that this part is not really worth investing on because it's untradeable no matter what. You can't soak it, you can't P-soak it or whatever it is. Yeah, you can't do anything with it. So it's kind of like stays with you. Yeah. But the reason why I'm actually using this is because it's quite about a few years, about 1 or 2 years back, I kind of just scrolled it and it just so happened with 1 kill isn't unique, so might as well, right? I just yellow cube it to unique potential into a 15% luck. This is a Chaos Horntail necklace. Once again, the base stat isn't very impressive itself. The rest is just I got lucky with the unique and additional pot, which is why I'm using it. I mean, there could have been other Chaos Horntail necklace if I wanted to invest on, like really godlike kind, but semi-funded Phantom, you just gotta be contented with what you have. Right. This is the Dominator's pendant. Alright. Kinda got this from somebody else. It's already perfectly scored by then. Yeah, so it's not say a lot of my legendary equipments, I wouldn't really consider them as legendary because their potential isn't really utilized to the max full potential. They're either 2-liners or because the potential just isn't what it should be like for legendary. I mean, you would consider legendary to be above 20%, but most of my legendary sometimes is below the 20% mark, so I would consider them not really fully utilized to their fullest potential. It's still somewhat like a unique tier. Next up, I have my 4 rings. Now this is a really important thing for you to note. For rings, most people would try to think what kind of rings they should use. Alright, the 2 basic ones are the Meister ring, the Meister, somewhere around there, yeah, and the Scarlet ring. Alright, the other 2 is what varies what you want to choose. The Darkness, I have actually the Darkness ring 2 and 3. right? These two have already they got like stats already. It's kind of outdated by at this point of time, but okay, I'll get to that later. I'll just explain to you why we should choose the Meister Ring and the Scarlet Ring, right? Scarlet Ring is for the set effects, because when it boils down to you using the Meister set, because you'll be using, I'm using the Fafnir set at the current moment, so obviously I do not have the one extra weapon, but for some reason this Scarlet Ring here, it actually fills in the gap for the extra Meister weapon. So it kind of replaces the set effect, and it gives you the 4 set effect, which gives you the additional boss damage. And that is why the Meister Ring and the Scarlet Ring is actually very crucial to your equipment set. Yes, that's right. So now it comes down to these two. These two are really optional. You could have chosen, if you really want to fund your Phantom, you could have chosen some really high tier equipments, like maybe there's a LGR, the Lightning God's Ring, and there's also the Healer's Ring. There's all these gives like a crazy amount of weapon attack, but to be honest, what I felt was that it really wasn't worth the price to get them, because the base price of those equipment is really crazy expensive, and on top of that you still need to scroll it. Now what happens is that these two equipments here, the Darkness Ring 2 and 3, they were already outdated items by then, so the price were actually lowered quite a bit. I shan't actually go in depth into how much I actually spent on it, but yeah, I got it at a really good price, and these items were already at a godlike potential, so it saves me the trouble of having to attain the legendary and having a 3 slot luck. So this is about, I think, the 27%, yep, and there's 30%. So that's right. So this is why I've chosen these two rings. It's kind of like a sub for the very high tier rings, but it's decent enough for you to be able to get past your to get by. Yes, correct. So I'm just gonna equip all this. Sorry, my phone. So yeah, next up will be my mask. Now this is really a rather random equipment. It's the bunny disguise. I kind of entered it into the purple face mask. So yeah, it's just there because it has decent stats. So yeah, you could have chosen it anything else. Like you could use the boss accessory set if it gives you an additional additional stat, but it's really hard to hit the 7 boss accessory set mark. Like yeah, it's really hard to hit the 7 set mark unless you're using some other things, like maybe the Silver Blossom Ring. It's worth considering. It gives you the extra ignore monster defense mark as well, so that you can actually hit the bosses, because IED is actually quite significant in this current patch. So if you want to choose, you can actually choose to have one of the rings as the Silver Blossom Ring and invest on it. But once again, do note that it's untradeable once you equip. Now this one is Fenceler Erebus Glove. I inverted it into the work gloves. It's plain and simple. Simplicity is always the best. Okay, so yeah, I upgraded it to as much as I could, 17 star. I really wouldn't want to go any further, because if I boom it, I kind of have to go through the trouble of having to unveil it again. Right, it's a decent stat with a all stat 4 and a 15% luck. So as you can see, all my equipments are basically quite not say of very high tier. 15%, about there, 15%, about 15%. So there's also somewhat there, about 15% other than the all stat. 15%, 15%, except for these two godlike equipments, which are really outdated. 27 and 30%. Yep. Next up we have the Tyrant set. Alright, the Tyrant Daikon Boots. This is of epic tier. I've been trying to up this one for a while. So far no luck for the potential. It doesn't really want to go up to unit tier. But yeah, I'm still stuck at the 9% luck so far. I used to have this at about 8 star, but I tried to upgrade it to the 9 star, but it couldn't. It went back and forth, and it kind of like boom. Yeah, so I kind of ran out of mesos at the moment. It's really hard to farm it out, the mesos. So I have 6 stars at the moment. Now this Tyrant Lycan Cloak. Once again, the base stat isn't really all that strong. I have this at 12%, 12% stat. Now this is another cursed cloak that he just doesn't want to give me a better potential. I've been trying to up this potential for quite a bit, but for some reason the maximum he could only give me is a 12%, and that has been going on for a really long time. So I have this one at 9 star, luckily. I would have liked to go out for the 10 star, but yep, no balls, no balls. Next up, we have the Tyrant Lycan Belt. 6 star as well. The stats are kind of decent. I wouldn't say it's of top tier, it's still decent. Same thing, 15% luck. Next up will be the Maester set, like I've told you earlier. I have the Maester Year Stats, also 15% luck, as well as the Maester Spaulders. This one is a bit of a better potential. Got this from somebody else as well. Credits to him. What was his name again? I think I got it from a guy by the name of Trickster. Yep. So I got this at 21% luck, and yeah, it gives a decent stat, additional pot, and the weapon attack is decent as well. So that's right, I got them all. Now as you can see, yep. As you can see, the Maester set, I only have 3 equipped, but it actually fulfills 4 set effects, so it means it gives off the boss damage, the additional 20%. So that's where the Scarlet Ring how the Scarlet Ring comes into play. Last, I'll be getting to the most critical point, which is the Fafnir equipment. Now this bonnet is really impressive stats. It was scrolled, I think, really well to up to a 42 weapon attack, and it's only at 17 star. Once again, the potential isn't all that great with 12% luck. So yeah. Now this is another one of those legendary equipments that couldn't fulfill its fullest potential. This is only a 15% all stat legendary equipment. Base stat is above average, 2% luck, 2% all stat, and a couple of luck. Yeah. So yeah. And then we have the pants. Right, the pants. Also another decent equipment with with a good base stats. 15% luck as well for the potential. Yep. And now we get to the most crucial part of your entire equipment, your weapons. Alright. Now this is I've always told people have already came to me for advice on what kind of potential they should look for in their weapons. I always tell them, say there is 2 possible ways you could go about it. One is you could go the plain brute force attack path, and the other one is the boss damage. Now what's the difference between the two is that boss damage, I would consider it as fake damage, because it doesn't really show on your regular stat, as well as it doesn't show on your damage stat on regular monsters. So that means you, by fulfilling all these boss damage on your weapons and stuff like that, you would have probably more difficult time if you're not that funded on the newer places like Choo Choo Island or the Lashlin. Yep. So the monsters there are really tanky, so having a good attack stat might be a good choice for you if you want to farm the monsters there. But then again, if you're concerned with bossing, you are really like hardcore bosser like me. Like you want to down Hardmag, you want to down CV, you want to down Lotus, etc, etc. It is very crucial for you to be able to have the IED, the ignore defense, or the boss damage for you to increase the damage. The reason being is, like, up to now you should know that IED is crucial when downing those high tier bosses, because they require a certain amount of ignore defense for you to down them. For the boss damage, what boss damage does is that it gives you a pure damage boost. So whatever damage that you boost there, it won't be reduced by I think it shouldn't be reduced by the boss's defense. So it kind of gives you a pure damage boost to the bosses that you're hitting. And like I said, this doesn't reflect on normal mobs, which means that your damage will be purely based on everything without the boss damage. That means 1, 2, or even 3 lines will probably be sacrificed for that additional boss attack. But yeah, when you hit normal mobs, those 3 lines will probably be sacrificed. Sorry, I kind of couldn't find the correct words just now. So yeah, this is my weapon. Yes, the fox. Why I like the fox? It's pretty. Yep, this is of decent stats. I didn't really perfect scroll it with really those very high end scrolls like 15%, so it's still stuck at a weapon attack about 400. The potential wise is more or less decent. It could be of higher tier, the potential. Like, could be like 45, 30. It gives a better boss damage, but it don't give me this much, which is average. But luckily the third line has the attack 9%. Which I'm quite grateful that it did. Yep. 17 stars. Soul applied is just a regular soul. I used to have a sharp lotus soul, but I had an augmented Magnus soul, which I decided to be an itchy hand to go and try it out. I got increase in skill level +2, so kind of useless shit. So yeah, I no choice but to get this. Yep, so this is the weapon. Now, this is the emblem. Right. Now for emblem, it's not possible for you to get the boss damage, alright? So when you get the emblem, if you're really going for boss sing style, you want to invest this emblem on the IED. You want to get the ignore defense up on this emblem. Reason being is you can't, for the weapon itself, you are actually investing on the boss damage like I showed you earlier. Yep, so you invested a lot of boss damage here. The reason being, the weapon is the only place you could get your boss damage in. So if it's the only place you can get your boss damage in, then you should invest in there. Of course, there's a secondary weapon, but I'll get to that later. As for now, IED, the best kind of stat you could get from this emblem is that the attack stat as well as the ignore defense. But seeing as how I'm in love with doing bossing, I chose to invest them in IED, ignore defense. So I got a perfect 3-liner here. I got really lucky. I got it on the second cube to get this stat. Yep. So yeah, this is my IED. I'm really lucky I got a 3-liner. And now it's probably the most crucial part of my entire Phantom. Now I would say that it's still a semi-final Phantom, but it's just that this equipment kind of puts me on another level. It's probably not the best card in the game, but it's probably one of the best, right? It's a 6-liner. That's right. Yeah, this is yeah. I still think it's quite really OP. I mean, it's really rare to see 6-liner. Well, technically it's not exactly a 6-liner, I would say. Crit damage 1%, it could be offset for something else I would rather have. There's an all stat 6% as well. It could be, I would have liked it to be something else. But once again, I'm not in a position to actually complain too much. So yeah, this is my card. So yeah, that concludes all my entire weapons, my equipment set. One thing you should know for Phantoms is that, I mean, if your other jobs looking at Phantoms and their range after they boost out via their buffs, it's actually not really fair to compare Phantoms with other jobs, because Phantoms has a lot of final damage boost from the final card and the crossover chains, so it gives a tremendous amount of range. But the thing is, for their skill level, the skill, as in the skill damage, it isn't a lot, so it kind of balance out. The amount of damage output that they have is probably equal, if not lesser compared to the other jobs. So Phantoms isn't really as overpowered as other people think it is. Sorry, yeah. So yeah, that concludes my Phantom. I'll just give you all a boost. Voila, this is my Phantom. Yeah. Let me just explain. Maybe I should just go into depth on my current other kind of stuff that I have. Oh yeah, I have the Arcane Orbs. I mean, it's not. I haven't really been playing a lot, so I didn't really farm the Lashlin. Arcane Symbol about to be max soon. Arcane Road to Extinction. Arcane Symbol. Road to Extinction not really there yet. Other than these, what else do I have? Well, oh yeah, of course, the V Matrix. Right, I mean, Joker is there, Bind is here. Right, the reason for decent speed infusion I've chosen this is so that when you're training, it just gives a faster attack speed. Yeah, I mean, of course, you could get the real speed infusion from somebody else, but I've chosen maybe not to invest in that because I would want the holy symbol to be on my on my skill. Yeah. So all the slots are currently taken up, so I have to make do with just a attack speed +1. Now for Venom Burst, I don't really use the skill as in the burst itself, but the DOT, the damage over time, is rather crucial. And it also gives a very good marking spot for the Chaos Venom. When it goes underground, it kind of shows when you have the debuff on its head, and it shows where it's going to pop up. So yeah, it shows where the actual hit is going to be. Now for these impeccable things, I have overlapping. I would consider them a perfect 3 kind of skill, but the thing is, it kind of overlaps. Like for example, this is definitely a perfect one, but I have Tempest here and I have Nails here. The reason being is I know that I'm not going to be playing this game for a really long time, so I've chosen this one to max out as much as I can to maximize the level ASAP. I mean, if you're already a hardcore Phantom player, you will get really the perfect 3 like individually and max them out to the max. So yeah, but I'm not. So yeah, I have to separate the cores and get them individually. So yeah, that actually concludes that all for my Phantom. If there are any questions you would like to ask me, you can just list them down in the comments below. I'll try to answer them if I have the time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Just so you know, I'm currently graduating soon, so I won't be able to play Maple that much. I'm actually considering quitting, so I won't be doing much videos from now on. Maybe time to time, if I have the time, I will actually maybe do a couple of videos. I don't know what I'm gonna do on, but yeah. So for now, that's all folks. So yeah, see you guys.